Alright, hello everybody. If you can't tell from the excitement in my voice, we are at a Mobil station in Palm Springs, and they still have a functional Mark VII Aquajet GT-700. I'm actually stunned that they still have this thing, and to my surprise, it's still working. Looks like the Camaro just beat us to it. This used to be a Shell station a long time ago. This was in this was a Shell station, and I actually have memory and a really old video going through this wash. And I am completely stunned that this thing is still operating. We used to have a ton of Mark VII GT series Aquajets around here. They're long been replaced because they're over 20 years old. To my surprise, this one appears to be working. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, so we've got a Works Platinum for 12, all the way down to an Express for 8, and you know, since this is my second ever GT Series Aquajet, we are going to do the 12.
Please add payment for your selection.
I'm actually going to have to step out here. Now, I have this jar of tips I've received at work, and I'm trying to use specifically this money to make these videos while I'm out here. This is the final bill. I should have pulled closer in.
You have purchased our Works watch, our best watch. You may enter the watch when it is ready.
It said press 7 key for a receipt, but obviously the receipt don't work. Let's pull over here and we'll watch the car wash in action. Looks like they got a Ryko entry light, which is interesting. I am stunned this is still working. I am pumped for this. I can only imagine how much maintenance they had to do to keep this running. So while they're getting dried off, we got the entry light there, all the instructions. All right, it's go time. I cannot wait for this stuff. Look at that, she's a beauty. Look at this old workhorse still going over 20 years later. Jesus. That is one hell of a bump. Alright, let's get this started. Look, we have the oscillating wand still working too. Starting out with some pre-soak, which is working pretty darn well. So what we're doing now is we're changing to the back jets, the ones that face backwards to get the other side of the car. This looks like we're doing an empty pass. Trying to see. Oh, it doesn't have tire scrubbers, I guess. Oh, I'm surprised the boom even works. I'm surprised all the turbo nozzles are working. Yeah. Seems like the oscillation motor is starting to go out, or it's starting to be weakened. But it's still functional. So this is probably triple foam. Yep, it's triple foam. Actually, I'm gonna leave the air on. It's pretty hot out. So I guess we're not going to drop down and get the front on this pass. So let's see, what is this? Doing a nice slow pass of what I presume is spot-free rinse. Trying to see if this is a... Doesn't say what model this is, so I'm going to go out on the limb and say the GT-700. Seems like the dryer motors have seen better days. Wow, that's moving way too fast to do anything. They said this thing to move quick, I gotta say. Oh, jeez. That is one of the worst floor treadles I've ever had to hit. Well, I gotta say, that was quite the nostalgia trip. I am really glad that they managed to keep this thing running as long as it does. I mean, it is still having some troubles in its old age, but it still does the job it's supposed to do perfectly. So, yeah, props to the owners of that station for taking care of that thing. And I'm actually, it takes quite a bit to keep those things running over 25 years later. Those machines are from the early 2000s, so I'm actually stunned they didn't put like a new Aquajet XT in there. Well, I've been wanting to refilm one of those things for a long time, so that just made my entire afternoon. But anyway, that's all I've got. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I just did. That was really awesome. And that is it. Unfortunately, I do have to take down my rating of the GT-500 because I'm not sure how well you can see it, but there's signs of water spots in the areas that weren't dried all that well. It's on this side too, in the lower part of the window. So that does take down my score in terms of wash quality, but oh well. You'll know I'll fix that with another car wash.
California 111 South for 8 miles.
Well, that's it, for real.